Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Meghna and today I will be swatching for you guys the Maybelline New York Sensational Liquid Matte lipsticks. I think there are 10 new shades that they have launched kind of in the nudes category. So I'm not sure if these are new shades or it's just new packaging, but I've got them all. And when I went on Nykaa to see if there are any new lipstick launches, and I had selected the sort by filter to be new arrivals, and these lipsticks were listed at the top, so I thought I should probably pick them up and try them myself. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just begin with the video.
Let me go, there's no doubt. Gotta get out of this small town. You took my heart from me, now you're everywhere I see. Set me free, let me fly. Let me find new kinds of highs. We're just wasting here, waiting for another year. We both know the score, we've been here once before. So many words unspoken, you took my heart, it's already broken. You don't have to wait, I can take the pain. I will surrender, let me go on a new adventure. It's my time, watch me build another life. Find another space, explore the world and find my place.
So this first shade is called NU01 Wear It All, and this is a peachy nude. It obviously washes me out. I don't think it is going to suit deeper skin tones or even medium dark skin tones or even tan skin tones. This is mostly for medium to medium fair skin tones, like that is if you want to use this without a darker lip liner. But as a lip tint, I think it can work.
Find some peace of mind, hope the night was worth your time. Threw my heart away.
However, I still feel like my lips need more definition, so I'm just going to line it with a lip liner, and the lip liner I'm using is the NYX Professional Makeup Lip Pencil in the shade Mahogany.
Another day, we both know the score, we've been here once before.
So this is what it looks like with a lip liner. I think it looks pretty good now, like with a darker lip liner. So yeah, this first shade was called NU01 Bear It All. This is the second shade, it's called NU02 Strip It Off. I believe this is an older shade and this is more like a corally nude shade. You can see the difference between Strip It Off and Bear It All. Bear It All was more like a peachy nude, whereas Strip It Off is more like a corally sort of nude. Again, this shade is not something that will suit my kind of skin tone, like the medium dark skin tones or the tan skin tones or even the deep dark skin tones. The shade is more wearable by itself for, I feel, like the fair to medium fair sort of skin tones or the wheatish skin tones. On me, it obviously it washes me out, and yeah, I wouldn't really recommend this shade for the darker skin tones or skin tones that are of my complexion. So yeah, this was the shade Strip It Off. This next shade is called NU04 Bare Temptations, and this is a very nice pinky nude, and I'm happy to say that it does kind of suit my skin tone. I think if I was a little bit like even one shade darker, then it would not really suit me. It would like kind of make me look washed out, but currently as is, it's not really making me look washed out. It's looking like a pretty nice nude. So if you are of my complexion and you're looking for a pinky nude, I think this is a very nice shade. But let me just show you what it looks like with a lip liner on.
So many words unspoken, you took my heart, it's already broken.
So this is what it looks like with the lip liner on. I personally really like this. It's very pretty, and also let me just mention that it's more like a neutral pinky nude. It's not like a warm tone nude or like a cool tone nude. It's quite neutral, and it's actually looking pretty decent. So yeah, this was the shade NU04 Bare Temptations. Next up, this shade is called NU07 Get Undressed. I'm sorry about the background noise, it's raining. So anyways, yeah, as I said, this is the shade NU07 Get Undressed, and this is more like a deeper version of the shade Bare Temptations. Like look at this is Bare Temptations, and this is Get Undressed. This has more like pink and mauve tones to it, like a mauvey pinky nude sort of shade. I don't really think I need to apply a lip liner with this shade. It looks good as is. Obviously it's going to suit all skin tones, but like really deep skin tones, I feel again you are going to need a lip liner. But otherwise I think I can use this as is. I don't really need to apply a lip liner or anything like that. So yeah, this was the shade Get Undressed. This next shade is called NU08 Nude Shot, and this is very similar shade to the first shade that I had swatched, that was Bare It All. This is also a peachy nude sort of shade, but this one has more like nude tones to it and less of like a toned down peach tone. Whereas this one was like really peachy and less nude tones. I hope you can see the difference. Obviously this does wash me out. I definitely would need a lip liner with this shade. Again, I think this is going to suit fair to medium skin tones, medium fair skin tones. Personally, not really a fan of this shade. So yeah, this was the shade NU08 Nude Shot. This is the shade number 12, More Than Red, and this is a rust orange shade. Obviously it's going to suit all skin tones, but like really deep dark skin tones, I think you should avoid this shade. It is going to make you look even more dark, and your complexion is going to look even more dull. I personally hate these kind of shades, like any rust shades or any orange shades or warm shades. I don't really like these kind of shades, but if you like these shades, then do go ahead. So this is what the hand swatch looks like, and this is what the lip swatch looks like. So yeah, this was the shade number 12, More Than Red. This next shade is called number 13, Upbeat Crimson, and this is like a toned down version of the rust orange shade that I had swatched previously. It's very warm toned orangey nude, and it does suit my skin tone. I don't necessarily think that I would require to apply a lip liner with this lipstick. It's pretty beautiful, but as personal preference, I don't really like these kind of shades, as I have already mentioned. This was the shade number 13, Upbeat Crimson. Next shade is called number 14, Red Serenade, and this is like a very nice muted red shade. If you are looking for a red that's not like out there or not in your face, and if you're looking for something like this, like a muted red shade, like a daily wear sort of red shade, then definitely check this one out. It's very pretty, everyday, subtle red shade. I kind of do really like the shade. Obviously it's going to suit all skin tone, but like really deep dark skin tones should avoid this lipstick, I feel, because this might wash them out. I don't know, on the camera it looks more like neonish, but actually it's more like a subtle red. I really like this shade, really like the shade. Next up, this shade is called number 17, Stop On Red, and this is like a rust red shade, like a straight up rust red shade. Obviously it's going to suit all skin tones. Again, this is a shade that if you're too scared to wear like really bright bold red lips, then obviously these are the kind of shades that you can start with initially. But it is warm toned. It's not like a cool toned or a neutral. It's very warm toned because it's like a rust red, like a red brown shade. Nevertheless, it's quite pretty. If you like these kind of shades, then definitely check this one out as well. So this is rust red, this was Red Serenade, this was I think Upbeat Crimson, and this one was More Than Red. So you can see the difference between all four red shades. They are quite different. You can see this one is more like a deeper version of this one, like a more deeper but subtler version of this one. So yeah, this was the shade number 17, Stop On Red. Next up, this is number 22, Peach Addict, and again this is another peach nude shade, which obviously will not suit dark skin tones. It completely washes me out. I think this is a shade, a warm shade. Okay, this is very warm toned, which I feel is just meant for the lighter skin tones, or the I don't think this is even going to suit medium dark skin tones. It looks really light. This is the shade. It was even lighter than the first shade, that is Bare It All. So it's light and bright, so obviously it's going to wash out the deeper skin tones. Not meant for the deeper skin tones. I think this is going to suit only fair skin tones. I don't think that this shade is even going to suit medium skin tones. I might be wrong, but yeah, this is the shade clearly made for fair skin tones and not deep skin tones. So yeah, this is the shade number 22, Peach Addict. This shade is called number 23, Untamed Rose, and this is kind of like a rosy pink shade but warm toned. It will make your teeth look yellow. I think it is a shade that would suit fair to medium dark sort of skin tones. Like me, I'm mostly like a tan to dark skin tone, so for me it kind of washes me out like on its own. So I'm going to try and apply lip liner and see how that looks on me. So this is what it looks like with the lip liner on. I think it looks pretty decent. This is what it looks like once it has dried down. So you can see it's kind of like a rosy pinky nude shade. So yeah, this was the shade number 23, Untamed Rose. So this is the shade number 21, Nude Nuance, and I don't really think that I have to say much about this shade because this shade is also available in the Maybelline Sensational Creamy Matte range in the bullet form. This obviously is a very nice nude shade. It suits all skin tones. It's very neutral. It's not really warm toned or cool toned. So yeah, this was the shade number 21, Nude Nuance. I personally feel that the bullet form of Nude Nuance looks more deeper than the liquid matte formula, but I'm not really sure if that's the case. Finally, this last shade is called number 24, Touch of Spice, and now again this is another quite famous lipstick shade, like a nude lipstick shade. It's very pink toned, obviously suits majority of the skin tones. So this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty pink based nude shade. I personally do feel that again the bullet form is a tad bit more deeper than the liquid version. Alright, so that was it for the swatches, you guys. Now for my review. First and foremost, these lipsticks retail for $3.49 for 7 grams of product, which I feel is a pretty nice price point. They come in around 19 to 20 different shades, I guess, including the old shades as well. And 13 of the shades have got new packaging, which includes some of the old shades, the ones that came in, the tiny pouches. Let's see if they are transfer proof. So I've got nothing on my hand. Nothing on my hands again. So they are transfer proof. Let's see if they are smudge proof. I would say they are kind of smudge proof, like about 90% smudge proof, because it did smudge quite a little bit. So yeah, I would say like about 90% smudge proof, but if you wear a mask, I don't think you are going to get a clean mask at the end of the day. Now about the longevity, as liquid lipsticks go, these lipsticks also have a decent longevity, say about 3-4 hours with light meals. Now let's talk about the things that I like about these lipsticks. So firstly is the ease of application. When you apply these lipsticks for the first time, the ease of application is really nice. It goes on very smoothly without any tugging of your lips or anything like that. Secondly, what I like is the wear. It feels very comfortable on your lips throughout the day. But the thing that I like is very non-drying. Like even if you don't wear a lip balm or forget to wear a lip balm underneath, it's not going to dry out your lips majorly. Now coming to the things that I don't like. Firstly, they are fragranced. Okay, they have sort of like a perfume in them. So if you just go to smell it, like even if you open the tube and you go to apply the lipstick, you will get that smell, and it kind of it triggers me. Like it kind of gives me a headache, like a mild headache for some time. So that is one thing that I don't like. Secondly, what I don't like is once it dries down, it's going to exaggerate the fine lines, which I do not like. It looks as if you have dry lips, but it is not drying. it is not drying yet. It looks like you have dry lips when it settles into the fine lines of your lips. So that's the second thing that I don't like. Now thirdly, the major problem that I have with these lipsticks is that they dry out very fast. Okay, like majority of these lipsticks are quite streaky, not patchy but quite streaky, and they dry out really fast. So if you're applying the lipstick and it is streaky somewhere and you think like, okay, I'll go over it again after some time, you should not be doing that. You should go over it again at that moment itself, because they will dry out, and when you reapply over the lipstick it becomes very crusty, not a very good sight, very ugly and you'll have to really put an effort, or take off the lipstick altogether and then reapply. If you go over these lipsticks once they are dried, it becomes very crusty. So that is another thing that I don't like. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.